go, we're on air, finally. G'day, how are you? This is Steve, welcome to Woodworking Masterclass. No, I haven't got my apron on. I've just been rearranging things and I thought, I'll give a stream a go and see what happens. And I didn't have connectors and I didn't have this going and that, but it looks like it's starting to work, which I'm happy about. Now I'm just going to go to my phone to see if I can actually get me up and see if I'm actually live or not, which is going to be interesting. Shorts, home. Normally I'll do this on my tablet, but I haven't got my tablet, so I don't know if I'm live or not. According to that I am. According to this I am too. So I'm just seeing if I can find out how I can do this so I can look at the chat and see what's happening. Let's go this way. What happens here? Go away. Close. No. I should go up to the house and go and get. Oh, why is everything so complicated? Really? This is me. I'm talking to myself at the moment. I'll be with you shortly. I'm just trying to get this up so I can see what's happening. I don't know, I can't get myself live for whatever reason. Oh, here we go. That just came up then. Here we go. Woodworking Masterclass live. That's me. And I think that's it. Got to go through all the ads and everything. Skip ad. Don't want to know about it. Oh, okay. That's it. I'm good to go now. Oh. It came up, I had excellent connection, and now it's coming up, I've got woeful connection. I really do not know why that is. I've got very fast upload, and it should be working fine. G'day, Jeff, mate. I was just talking to Theo, and he said if you drop on and say, Theo said Happy New Year. Said good on you, Barney of the Rubble. Happy New Year. G'day. Oh, Darryl, I haven't got back to you on that idea yet. With bending. I shall work on it. Happy New Year, Peter. And John, g'day, mate. How are you? John Nave. Oh, well, that's it. I've got a light in front of me, so I don't know what I'm going to be doing. This is the Fusion harp that I've been... Oh, I don't know if I can move that light. I've been working on, which... has been fun to do. It's a sort of cross between a Paraguayan harp and a Celtic harp. That's it there, and the sound is pretty... The sound is quite nice. I'm happy with the sound. It's made out of a timber that supposedly isn't meant to be any good for musical instruments, so that just proved that one wrong. And all the brass work and everything I do myself. The only thing I do is I buy the strings. It's got a really nice resonance to it. So what I'm doing, I'm using this as a benchmark, if you like, or a starting point. The neck on this one's pretty ugly, but that's okay, I can make a different neck. But I'm trying all sorts of different techniques, and once I get it to the point where I'm really happy with what I'm doing, then I can start playing around and make different size ones and this, that and the other. So it's one of those things. So what I want to do today is I've got a couple of necks I'm working on here. But I'm going to make a couple of music box frames. So I thought, because Nat said, when are you going to stream again? Nat, I'm streaming. And I'm just going to make the bones, if you like, of the sound box, and then tomorrow I'll work on making the backs. So where's some timber that I can cut up? I had some here. I've got to glue this up first. So these are going to be a couple of backs, which the back of it, as you can see there, is quite nice. It's quite thin too. So that's what I'm going to be gluing up right now. So I'm just going to shoot those, which I shall do. Nice and light that too. As it said, 10 pounds, which is pretty good. So these, I'm gonna just have a look and see which pattern I like. Now that is book matched, and those of you that know I'm not real fussed on book matching, but in this case it's not too bad. I've got a big knot hole there, but if I get my jig out, I'll see if I can actually turn that into a sound hole. If I can put a sound hole in there, and then I can get rid of those knots, it will be okay. And that looks as if I'm going to get rid of that. Where's a pencil? Pencil. Okay. So if you look at that, that'll be ripped out as a sand hole, so that's all right. And these look quite nice, but if I do it this way, that looks quite nice too. A lot of this just comes down to personal preference, what you like and what you don't like. But yeah, this year I'm sort of getting away from furniture, I think, and going to focus on more harp work. Don't know. No, I'm going to leave it there because that's, I don't know. Now I quite like that because I've got that nice sort of V formation coming in down there, so I'll do that. So if that's the case, it's got to go that way, that's got to go that way, and we will shoot that in the vise. With a number 7 plane. So yeah, I haven't been slack. Well, I haven't been on. I've been doing a lot of work in a different workshop, but this working in this one. Okay. We'll have a number 7 plane. Oh. Whoops. Roll, didn't I? Squirt of water. Wherever the water is. So that'll do. And then I'll pick that up later on too. Here we go. Still a great sound in 2024. Push that down so you can see. Move this off to one side. As I've no doubt said before, it doesn't matter if I'm not planing this in the parallel plane because they're going to be joined together like that. If I'm a little bit high here, I'm going to be low here. So it doesn't matter. Don't get too carried away, providing you're getting a nice double shaving like that, everything's going to work out really well. And what I want to do is plane this down so I get rid of this gap, because it's got a little bit of a pencil round on it. I want to have it so when it meets, it's just going to be flat on flat, which feels pretty darn good to me right there. Oh dear. Boom, boom, boom. So, what we will do... G'day Vince! I say g'day Vince, Happy New Year mate! Okay, now this I'm going to glue up. And I don't know if this one's going to... Will it? I don't know. Oh, it's close. Look at that. Just glues up. I've got to be happy with that. Okay. Type bond original. Here we go. Because this is Japanese cedar, which if you do any Googling about it, it is one of two timbers that they traditionally use for sosugiban or yakusugi, which is burning. So one of these harps, I'm making 3 of these at the moment. Different concepts, different ideas, and one of them I'm going to actually yakusugi or sosugiban, and I'm going to burn it. Yeah, it sounds a bit sacrilegious, doesn't it? I mean, you go all to that trouble of making something beautiful and then you burn it. But I have, that's outside, I've been messing around with building beehives out of it, and I've burned a couple of the beehives, and oh, they come up so nice. So I think if I can do this properly, it's someone's going to go, oh, I want it, I've got to have it, and for the right price they can. You'll notice that one of these sides is rough sawn, and there is a reason for that, because I'll just rip this down the middle. It was a 1-inch board, and I will be putting it through the thickness of to bring it down to about, I don't know, 3 mil, 4 mil, something like that. But I want to get it glued up as thick as I can. That way I can get clamp pressure on it, because if it's too thin when I clamp it, it will buckle, which isn't ideal. Okay. Alright, that's not too bad. What I will do is I shall put this. Actually, I might just take this chair out of the way. I shall transfer this into here. And I can work at the bench, and then just before I finish stringing, I will join up another back. Or maybe I won't. Oh no, I haven't got the clamps that I need. But there you go. Nathaniel, Happy New Year, mate. Yeah, you embarrassed me into it. What can I tell you? I just had to get on and have a stream. Delta Papa, Tango Delta Papa. How you going, mate? Hey, we've been going back a few years, haven't we? There you go. Happy New Year to you, my friend. What else have I got? Jared, good morning. What is a fusion harp? Where is the apron? The apron is outside that the chooks are sitting on at the moment. I haven't even got a spare one. Oh, look, just for you, Nathaniel, you've got a fine boxes one here. Here you go, look at that. Whoops. Hang on, wait a minute. There you go. Alright. You happy now I've got a penny on? Fusion harp is something I just sort of called it. You've got to call it something, I suppose. Traditionally, harps. I've got another one floating around here somewhere. Here we go. All right. Oh dear. This is a traditional folk harp, which I've got to finish, and as you can tell, it's got a solid neck all the way through there. So the pins, tuning pins, go through this side, come out that side, and there is a hole in the end of the tuning pin that the strings go in, and as you tighten them, they tighten up, but the strings actually go at an angle from out here to the centre of the soundboard. So a fusion harp is another harp, or there's three main harps, I think: Celtic harp, Paraguayan harp and pedal harp. The Paraguayan harp has a split down the middle like that, so the strings are directly above the soundboard. They don't come in on an angle. But traditionally they were done the way I'm doing it. But in the last 40, 50 years or whatever, the way they've been making them is by using guitar tuners here. So the guitar tuners go through the side and they stick up, and you have guitar tuners down this bank and down here, and that's how you tune it. I don't like the... Get me tuner off. I don't like the idea of guitar tuners. For me, guitar tuners, they're great. They're for guitars. That's why they're called guitar tuners. Whereas the tuning pins on a traditional harp look something like that. So I wanted to come up with a harp that would use traditional tuning pins but be the Paraguayan style and be directly above the soundboard. So what I've had to do, if I can find one, here you go. Alright, I've had to make the tuning pins with a hole halfway up, as opposed to traditionally they're on the end. These ones have to be halfway up. And the other thing that I've had to do is a traditional, I don't think I've got one here, bridge pin. No, I haven't got one. What's that? No, I haven't got one here. Bridge pin, which is what the strings sit on out here, have a groove on the inside here, so they line up with that. So what I've had to do is make a set of different, I don't know if you can see it that way, different bridge pins with a groove up the middle, and then with a hex on the outside. So that's where I get fusion harp from, because I've used the Irish harp or folk harp tuning mechanisms, but the Paraguayan setup of being above the top. So it's been an interesting journey. I've really enjoyed it, and it's nice to get back on the metal lathe and milling machines. And I haven't done metal work for, well, since before I made harps. I don't think I had done any metal work for nearly 40 years. So to get the gear, which I got from Hare and Forbes, the lathe and the milling machine, the Optimum brand, I'll do some videos of it later. It's really been quite exciting to actually work out how to do things, and you've got to get the right taper. These are a number 5 taper. Traditionally, I think a violin, that's a number 4 taper. But to actually work out how to get the right taper, and I had to mechanise them and play around, but I'm happy with what I'm doing. And the good thing is, no one can knock off what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. If I don't know what I'm doing, I don't think anyone else has got a chance. Not to say they can't have a go, but the reason it occurred to me people haven't done it is because they're stuck with what they can get, and unfortunately commercially all you can get are those harp pins. Mine are a 6mm head, whereas the ones you buy in the shops or the commercial made are 5mm head, and they're steel or brass coated steel, whereas mine are solid brass. The advantage of which means that they won't rust and they won't get stuck in the neck. And then because I'm using 6mm drive pins, I had to make my own tuning tools. So that again was partly blacksmithing work and partly lathe work and mill work. So yeah, been fun. Now I've done that. Where are these here legs I'm going to work on? I know I did them. Oh, is that them? Excuse me, I'm talking to myself here. Oh dear. No, that's another top. Ah, here we go. Okay. Because I like to keep these matched if I can, when I've resawn them, I will book match. It doesn't matter so much book matching the sides, because when you look at one side you see that, and when you look at the other side you see that. Whereas if it's book matched and it's in a back like that one there, and you get the chatoyance coming on the light reflecting off of the grain of the timber, you'll get a flash and a dull. Whereas if you have slip matched, you get flash. I'm in silverfish. Oh, go away. So anyway, what I want to do is look at these and work out which looks nice and which I can use and which I can't. That's got quite a nice pattern, so obviously if it's going to go up the side, I will have it going up that way so it's following this grain pattern here. So what I do is I look at that. I do have a solid template that I use, but by using a solid template like that, I can't see what that grain's doing. So I've also got one in polycarbonate, which is good because I can then lay this on the timber and I can see the grain and know what I'm getting. And if I look at that, I'm getting that cathedral cut or that crown cut is actually visible all the way up the side of the harp, which is going to be quite pretty, I think. So what I do now is put that there, get a pencil, what happened with the lightweight harp? Did it sound good? Oh, didn't you hear that, Vince? I'll play it for you. Wait a minute, here it is. Yeah, this is the combination of the lightweight. We didn't go super lightweight, but this comes in under 10 pounds. So, very nice sound to it. And yeah, it's pretty lightweight. I am working on a 26 string. I'm working on a 22 string high head brass harp at the moment. I've just got, here you go, just got those from Argentina today. That's for a 36 string harp, which will look quite nice when it's finished. Here's the neck of it. It's partly veneered, so it's going to look pretty special. I'm looking forward to seeing what that one sounds like. And busy time ahead. But yeah, the hardest part, well, the only part that I actually buy now are the strings. I make everything else, which is good. Okay, now what I'm going to do here, I'm just marking that in there so I can put this onto that. That goes there like that. Now, it's going to be that way, so that means that's got to go there, that goes there. And I'll just put some double-sided tape on that. And the sides of the harp have been reduced greatly. The ones I was making nearly 2 years ago with 3/4 inch sides in the sound box. I've now actually got them down to, can't find my knife. This one will do. Ooh. I've now got them down to 10 mil, so that's half the thickness of them and half the weight as well. So what I want to do, that's double-sided tape I put on there. I'm just going to push that together. So it's going to be nice and tight, I'm hoping. Now, put this up with here. And that's going to go back that way, that's going that way. I wonder if I should go that way. No, it's going to go that way. Alright. Put that up against there. Like that. And I'll double side tape this on. I love this double-sided tape. I use so much of it. It's a sailmaker's tape, but it just saves you so much time. You're not clamping, you're not pinning, you're not screwing. What I have found is that if you do use it, as soon as you've finished, quickly take it off, because if it stays on there for any point of time, it gets a bit hard to get off. Okay, so now this one here looks alright. So I've made a sandwich up there of got double-sided tape in between there, double-sided tape between there and the template. So we'll go over to the bandsaw, which is over there, and I will cut that. You can see me cut that. And then we'll go over to the router and route it. So let's rock and roll. There you go. Down. To the router. Now I'm using spiral profile cutter. There's my knife. bonus. And pretty good. That on. Turn the dusty on. There we go. And there we have it. 2 cheeks of a harp ready to be put into a frame. Oh. Crikey, look at that. Look, that tape is so good. How's Sue doing, John? She's doing well. She is. She's up in the house. I think most likely having a rest. She worked well over Christmas. She worked hard. She deserves a rest. Hasn't been in the sewing room for a couple of weeks, but she reckons she'll remedy that shortly. Steve, have you ever seen the 4 pressure panel clamps? 4 pressure? I don't think I have. No. Oh. I mean, this stuff is so... Oh. It gives you blisters on the thumb when you're getting it off too. But it's well worth it. I've got work to do up in another workshop. So I said, it doesn't have an air conditioner. This is nice. This is, what have we got here? 24 degrees, I think. Let's have a look. 22 degrees. 25 on the wall, 23 on the bench. That'll do me. I don't know how hot it is outside, but the humidity is incredible. And for any of you that know where I live, we had a tornado through here on Christmas Day, but thankfully we were untouched. Across the road copped it. A lot of people I know had a lot of damage, but we didn't get any of them. Just copped a bit of rain that we did here. So it was all good. Run the risk of breaking it. There we go. It sounds like a mic other than your clip-on is picking up your voice. Oh. I don't know. Let me have a look. Pretty sure we haven't got any going in. Let me have a look here. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 1, 2. No. Oh, I don't know. How about that one? That better? That sounds... looks better anyway. IT, things they just work for themselves, don't they? Who said that one? Was that TV? Yeah. Thanks, Daryl. I don't know what happened. My main mic went off and it went to an auxiliary mic, but we're back now. We're back now. See how I've got that nice, whoops, let's get that one around. So now I've got that nice crown or cathedral grain going up the side of the harp. It looks nice. I'll sand those in a tick. It is gooey stuff. Oh, it burns. There we go. Later in the year, so I want to be making other musical instruments. I'm going to do a Appalachian mountain dulcimer. Those of you that don't know what that is, have a look at it online. It's just a beautiful instrument, and like the harp, they're diatonic tuning, which means every note is a full note. So it doesn't matter if you say you can't play music, you can play music on these. Now, which bit do I want? Is there another 2 here that I'll do later on this afternoon? But for now, we'll focus on this one. So now I'll sand it and I'll get a base. And a block. Now these are all compound miters. So the 7 and 8 degrees seems to be the geometry that works best for me. Because the harp itself is narrow in the front and broadens out at the back, and then also you've got the sides starting here and narrowing, so compound angles. Now I'll just see which one of these I like the best. That's got 2 holes, that's got 1 hole, that's got 1 hole, that's got 2 holes. And the thing I quite like is the fact that you get holes in them, not holes. So that one, we might put that on the inside, and that means that can go on the outside. That gives me 2 holes there, and no holes there. Anyway, we'll sand them up and we'll see what happens. I'm using 120 grit on a sander. I'll stop saying good day, Andy. Happy New Year to you too. Well, you know what I'm talking about then, Tango. They are the most beautiful sounding things. Okay, they're the 2 sides. This is the base. All right. Don't put a finish on the insides of these because it's on the inside. You don't finish the inside of a guitar, do you? But I think it's nice if you got it nice and smooth. All right. Oh. Okie dokie 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 doo. Work out which side you want. Oh, that's going to poke out. I'm going to leave those holes there. I think they look cool. Might plug them at some later stage, but not just right now. Okay, so that's going to go there, that's going to go there. That's how we want that. So put this in here. Layer up a bit of glue on it. Pop that there. I'll drill a couple of holes. Get the nasty stuff off. Little bead along there that'll flatten out. Now, if I've got a bit of overage on here, like I do have here, I'll try and split it, and then I can plane it flush. I slipped a little bit on that, which I didn't want to do. Same with the other side. Never be afraid of using too much glue. It's easy to clean out excess squeeze out than trying to jam some in that hasn't got enough. And I can tell you, there's nothing hard about making a harp. Well, the hardest part is starting. Just takes time to get your head around what you're doing. And once you've done that, it's easy. I think that's why I wanted to do them, because I thought they were hard, but this one's not going to look real flash, I don't think. All right. That's good. It does take a lot of sitting down and thinking, but you can get excellent plans. Mob online called Music Makers, Jerry Brown, and that's where I got my first kit from, and not kit but plans, and I made a few of that particular plan, which worked very well and looked very nice, and then I started playing with the aesthetics of it, and to the point now I can look at something and go, well, what would you do that for? Oh, I'd do it this way. Well, that doesn't make any difference. What's that there for? Get rid of that, put this here, that should work. And that's when you start to become creative and you can start designing your own. I put it down, I was talking to someone earlier on, I said, it's like making a cake. You've got to get the recipe for the cake, and once you've got the cake recipe right, then you can put the cake in different moulds and you can add colouring and flavouring, but ostensibly it's the same cake. It just looks different, and that's exactly the same with harps. Once you work out and understand what you're doing, the rest of it's easy. Ah, dear. Jim, I saw you duck in there. Where are oh, Panda, everyone's coming now. This is great. Oh, joy, now YouTube is running ads during your live feed. Oh, well, that's nice of them. I should feel flattered. They think I'm worthy of putting that in. Oh, dear. G'day, Panda. Long time no chat, mate. Jim, hello. G'day, mate. How you going? Panda, busy on the last couple of days of vacation in Florida. Well, I spent 17 days down here with the wife and kids. Have had a blast. First time deep sea fishing. Oh, did you do any good? Did you get a marlin? How are you going? Oh, that possibly wasn't clever. How are you going, Andy? You're safe where you are? You don't have to move again or anything like that? Everything's settled down house-wise? All right, now. Whoopty-poopty. All right, so that's the basic shape of the sound box. Now, I put a bearing on the top. A lot of times they have a flat area for the neck to sit on, and other ones have rollers and swivels, and others have curves for the neck to sit on. But what I've come up with, I think is the easiest way, is again, if you look at this, compound miter on a dado saw, so it's 7 degrees, 8 degrees, something like that. And but you work that out, and once you've worked it out, I did 8 of them this morning. I thought, by the time I set the machine up, I don't want to be messing around doing this all the time again, so I will just leave it as it is. So what I'm doing here is putting that's pretty close. A little bit out of the back, but I can pull that in. And I'm just going to make sure this is flat and not going to be too far out, which means I'll get rid of that. Put it over there. Had a little bit of a kink in that, so I'll just manipulate that a bit. You want to do it without hearing crack. Okay, so they're sitting fairly flush. There you go. That will do. Oh, I've got to sit down a bit, sort of struggling with the thinking bit. Oh, I know that one, that's like Andy. Oh, mate. I was crook from Christmas Day till yesterday was the first day in the shed since Christmas Day for me. I had a dose of something or other. But it was a great time to sit and think. And, well, I don't know if it's a good thing to sit and think for too long because I come up with all these great ideas and then I've got to act on them. Anyway, Panda caught red snapper. Some bluefish, lovely. Oh, bluefish. Yeah, that's always the way, isn't it, Panda? The one that got away. I remember a friend of mine came round home when I lived on a river and we went fishing and his wife was, you know. Anyway, we got this monster. I have no idea what it was, but when I pulled it in, this is a river, there was that much, I kid you not, of the line. I was only fishing 4-pound line. That much was all abraded. So obviously it had been rubbing up the side of the fish. And when we got home, there's his missus standing there. Oh yeah, and he said, oh look, I'm sorry, we got this big fish. And of course she said, where is it? And we had to say it got away. But we know the truth, it was a monster. Don't know what it was. But it was fun, it was fun. Oh, okay, let's go. So I'm going to put glue in here, nice amount, and glue in here with a nice amount, and then I will put a smear on the top there, and a smear on the top there, and just rub it over on the inside a little bit. And here's something you haven't seen me do for a long time on Woodworking Masterclass, but it works and it serves the purpose. And all this is going to get covered up anyway. So what I want to make sure that I've got overage at the back and the front so I can then clean it up and get it all nice and flush. Oh dear. And instead of trying to play around with clamps, I'm just going to whack a couple of staples in there. And in here, let's make sure that's all nice and straight, which it is. And pull that in, push that down and go ka-chunka, ka-chunka. All right. That's it. That's one frame for a sound box for a harp. I'm going to clean that excess glue off. And then tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Friday. Don't know, we'll see. Might do a live stream and we'll fit the back to it. If not tomorrow, I reckon it'll be Saturday. Just to make sure it's nice and properly dry. And there you go, that can sit like that and dry, that can dry. And then I've got one more to do, which I'll do. I'll go up to the house right now and go and have a cup of tea, I think. I'm just having a look at that. I don't know if that is nice and flush or not. It was, oh no, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. So I'll leave that. I'll put it in here then, that's the way it wants to be. There you go. So that's it, first stream for 2024. I hope you all have a fantastic year and that things work out the way you want it to work out. And for myself also, I'm hoping the same thing. Hopefully I'll get a few more videos done, catch up on other jobs around the house. But this year, definitely musical instruments, beehives and chopping boards. I've got 9 over there that I've put my clicker-clacker in. So I've got to put those together. Might stream one of those. We'll do some pinstripes, so I'll show you how you can tart up plain chopping boards just using veneer. And we'll continue to work on the Fusion harp, and when I start working on the 36 string big harp, I'll start doing some of that as well. What have we got here? Andy had a better Christmas inspected, went to see a friend who said, oh, that's still good. Thanks, Panda. Yeah, I'll give your best to Susie. The boys, you wouldn't recognise them now. They're taller than I am. Everything's going pretty good, I think. But that's it. This is the first time in 2024 I'm going to say it. But this is Steve pulling the shed door down saying, remember to keep it sharp. But more importantly, keep it safe, look after yourself, be kind to each other. And I look forward to having your company at a workbench, preferably this one, very soon. Till then, take care, look after yourself. God bless, and be safe on the roads. Bye for now.